So nationwide, we are millions of housing units short of what's needed for our current population. We just simply can't build enough homes. In many parts of the country, home prices have outgrown wages. Whether you're ready now or just starting your journey, we're here to walk with you every step of the way. Hey friends, welcome back to the Purchase Path, where we simplify the road to home ownership one conversation at a time. I'm your host, Des Losberg, and today I want to talk about something that's shaping the future of our communities across America. That's right, it's the housing gap. You've probably heard about it on the news, or maybe you even felt it yourself when you're looking for a place to live. But what exactly is this epidemic? Why does it matter? And how is it playing out right here in Arizona and even your own backyard? So nationwide, we are millions of housing units short of what's needed for our current population. We just simply can't build enough homes. In many parts of the country, home prices have outgrown wages. I see it time and time again. I talk to past clients reaching out for lending, and they just can't simply buy a home. They're priced out. Interest rates are too high. And simply put, construction can't keep up. Specifically, let's talk about entry-level housing, the kind that is, one, affordable, it's a good quality product, and it's focused strictly for first-time home buyers. We're talking about homes that working families can afford. Well, the rising interest rates have made affordability even tougher, and many of these would-be buyers are just sitting on the sidelines. I've seen mortgage payments and default rates increase from loans that were originally written in 2022, 2023, because their mortgage payments are $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 a month. And they're still escalating. You know, the new administration has said that interest rates would decrease after they took office. And the fact of the matter is that has not happened. Feds have not lowered interest rates. Although lowering Fed interest rates does not affect long-term mortgage rates, the economy just hasn't substantiated rates to be pushed lower. So this gap between supply and demand just doesn't mean higher prices. It means fewer stable housing options for specifically young adults. I have kids myself. I have a 19-year-old, a 23-year-old. They're entering the housing market and they can't afford it. They have to go rent, and their rent is outrageous. We're talking about veterans, teachers, first responders, people who are vital to our communities and are pushed out because they cannot afford to buy their own home. Now, why does this matter? I know a lot of my clients, past clients, or a lot of our home buyers, it doesn't affect them. They can afford it. They can get in a home. They bought when things were good and they have equity. Now they have options. But really, it's for those who are currently renting. This housing gap isn't just an economic issue. It's truly a community issue. So stable housing, it has a ripple effect. It leads to better educational outcomes for kids, stability, more community involvement, stronger local economies, all of it. And when people are forced to live far from work because they can't afford local housing, it strains the infrastructure. It increases traffic, quality life, commuting for families, where not only are you working 8, 10, 12-hour days, but now you're adding another 1 to 2 hours to commute. So renters in high-cost markets often can't save for that down payment. It creates a cycle where home ownership feels out of reach permanently in a lot of cases. So simply put, without enough attainable housing, we risk losing the very fabric that holds our communities together. And so that's what Azcension and our company does, is we focus on bridging that gap. We focus on building a quality product, entry-level product at a price point that most people can afford. And so I want to bring this home to Arizona and our specific market, because this is the reality check that I see. Here in Arizona, we have a housing gap that specifically has its own unique challenges, but lots of opportunities. I'm personally seeing population growth in areas like Pinal County, just south of Maricopa County, where these are easily commutable areas that you can get to major metropolitan areas like Phoenix or even the Tucson areas. These are rural towns that have grown and surged over the past few years and decade because the average sales price within the large metropolitan areas, specifically Chandler or Gilbert or Tempe, closer to the larger metropolitan area, I mean, we're talking about $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 homes. And unless you have a substantial down payment, that payment's $4, $5, $6, $7,000 a month. And so what I love about our specific region, and you can look into your own individual region, whether it's in Arizona or not, but land availability in some regions are still strong. Infrastructure zoning and development timelines, those are improving, but it can slow progress. And what that provides is, good opportunity for entry-level new builds. And the reality is too, for larger home builders that, we don't directly compete with them, but larger home builders just aren't interested in. They're looking at margins. So look at different areas or different builders where they are focused on entry-level new builds versus high-end custom homes or large master plan communities. This gives opportunity for first-time home buyers, working families, and veterans an opportunity to get out of renting. And a lot of the times, even some of the deals that we're putting together right now, their mortgage payment is actually less than what they're paying for rent. And we're not the only one. Azcension Homes is not the only one doing this. There are other builders out there. And so that's what my encouragement would be. And, while I see Arizona having more room to grow than some other states, I want this call to action to be, if we're not focusing on building the right type of housing and focused on serving the underserved, we're going to end up with the same affordability issues that have pushed people out of states like California or Colorado, even Nevada with their taxes. So with that being said, I'd like to offer a proposal for solving the housing gap in Arizona and your specific region. And it isn't about one builder, one lender, one policy. It's truly about alignment. So whether you're a buyer, a realtor, a builder, an investor, this is for you. Cities and counties really need to create zoning that allows for smaller, more attainable homes. Focus on that. Focus on a mission and purpose versus margin, profit. Builders and developers, I would say, need to design floor plans that balance affordability with quality. And we do that right here at Azcension. We have 12, 13, 1,400 square foot homes. They're very affordable. Our price points range from $250,000 to $270,000. The total payment on that with our zero down options are less than $2,000 a month. It's amazing. And I wish more people would do it. It would solve a huge, huge gap between renters and luxury homeowners. And let me say this, as community members, let's support projects that bring long-term stability, not just quick profit wins. Let's focus on building smart, not just in design, but in financing. And specifically, Arizona can be a leader in closing the housing gap rather than repeating the same mistakes of some of our larger, fast-growing states. That's why people are getting pushed out. I'm seeing it firsthand right in the Phoenix metropolitan area. People are getting pushed down south. So this is a great opportunity to solve that problem, solve that housing crisis that we're seeing here, right in our own backyard and everywhere else. So the housing gap might be a national issue, but solutions, they really truly start locally. It's in conversations like this, it's in podcasts, it's in networking connections, it's at city planning meetings. It's simply all the choices we make about the homes we build, the people we serve, and the communities we support. So today's episode, my hope is that whether you're in the market, you're a realtor, you're selling, you're buying, you're one of the policymakers, I hope you see the bigger picture. I hope that you change your mindset on who we're trying to serve and what we're trying to accomplish. And we have a lot of opportunity right here in Arizona, but also other areas as well. And we need to serve those first-time home buyers, like my own children, 23, 19 years old. They have really no opportunity out there other than perhaps something that Azcension builds for them or other people who focus on that specific demographic. And remember that that's what it's truly about: building communities, building families, building stability, not building a bigger bank account or adding a zero to profit loss statement. So that's truly our mission. I hope that's others' missions who are in this space. And really, truly, we say that a sky isn't our limit. It's really, truly our baseline. And we truly believe that for everyone who ends up in one of our Azcension homes. So if you'd like, reach out to our team with some of the options that we have with our home builds, as well as some of these lending options. And if you're in the space, whether you're a realtor, policymaker, home builder, investor, whatever it is, let's get together. Reach out. Email us at team@azcension.com Azcensionhomes.com. That's AZCENSION homes.com. Visit our website, check out what we're all about, or share this episode with somebody. Like and subscribe, and we look forward to seeing you on the next episode. My name is Des Losberg, owner of Azcension Homes, and I look forward to educating you on the next one. The cost of living has pushed too many families out of the communities they love. They work hard, but still can't afford enough space. Rent keeps rising, and home ownership feels like a distant dream. That's where the purchase path comes in. I'm Des Losberg, founder of Azcension Homes, and I retired after 22 years in the lending industry after I kept seeing the same pattern. Good, hardworking families getting locked out, not because they didn't deserve a home, but because no one ever showed them a real way forward. This podcast exists to change that. Here you'll learn about real paths to ownership, like zero down financing options, down payment grants, lease to own programs, and financing options that are actually designed for families like yours. This isn't about fluffy dreams or get rich quick advice. It's about clarity, options, strategy. So whether you're relocating, renting, or just tired of waiting, you'll get the tools and the truth to move forward one step at a time. Follow the purchase path now on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you listen, and start your journey with Azcension Homes. Your path, your purchase, your time.